Hello, hello, hello. So today I want to dive deeper into something we touched upon yesterday on yesterday's video, which is which is the point where you are standing at the edge of your growth. There is a part of you that is like, I want to stay comfortable. I'm not sure I want this, that it just wants to stay safe and clings to maybe environments, maybe relationships, maybe an expression, iteration of your business or of yourself that you know you have outgrown. And then there's the part of you that is already living it, like it's already envisioning, but not just envisioning, you can feel it. It's already done. You're already there in the reality, in the experience that you envision and desire and so much feel ready for, right? So I just remembered last year, this is just a side story to how I want to frame this. Sometimes the thing you think you need in order to grow, in order to achieve your goal, in order to get where you want to be, is not the thing you actually need, but it's the thing that the version of you who wants to feel safe is attached to, or believes she needs some of that, believes she needs that to get to where you want, but in reality, you don't. And maybe it's just another way to delay, to procrastinate it, to make yourself wait. You know you're ready, but it's another way to say, maybe I need to prepare more. Maybe I need to study more, to learn more, to get another training, to get another certification, to just let's wait some more. So last year, as I was saying, I signed up for this year-long mastermind. It was a business mastermind with this coach. And I jumped in because it seemed like everything I was looking for. I thought I needed more structure in my business. I needed to follow a formula, a framework, because up until that point, yes, I had received coaching, I was trained, I had the knowledge, everything, but it felt like I was pivoting too much. It felt like I was changing lanes too often. Felt like I'm doing it too differently from other people, so I must be doing it wrong. So what I did, I was like, all right, let's find someone who can teach me a framework. So it's like from A to B, and I follow that, and maybe I stop pivoting, maybe I stop making things more complicated, and yeah, something simpler. I was craving structure, believing it will make things easier and simpler. So I enrolled, and no joke, 2 months, I think it was 2 months in, after maybe 3 or 4 group coaching calls, I quit. I was out because the first of all, I realized I wasn't in a space where I felt like I felt so different that I couldn't, even with my best effort, I couldn't translate the teaching into something I could honestly use and make work for me. I felt very distant. And for a while, also blamed myself for having invested so much and enrolled and said yes to something that turned out to be a no. I was like, I've been in this work for a while. How come I didn't know? How come I made myself wrong for choosing something that turned out to be not the thing I wanted and not the thing I needed? But here's the thing. through that experience, I actually was able to identify the very thing I needed. So had I not enrolled, I wouldn't have figured out. I wouldn't have reached the point of, oh, this is what I need. So through that experience, I was going to say bad, but like unpleasant, or let's say misaligned experience, I realized that I thought I needed structure, but I didn't need a structure. I didn't need structure. I needed to trust my own process and to do it messy and to do it raw and to show up authentic and trust that my people would recognize that my clients, that my audience will understand that I didn't need the structure to make myself land, to make my message land. So instead of, you know, trusting the formula and applying the formula and trying to shrink, because if you are a multi-passionate, you're a seeker, you're an eager learner, you're a student of life, you're very curious, and probably you have a lot of skills that you have acquired because I bet you have a varied background, experiences, work experiences, life experiences. And when you have all of that, it's not a clean cut. It's not one clean, simple direction. It might become confusing and more difficult to distill your message and who you are, and express it in a way that's coherent, but most importantly, that feels right to you. So my own lesson in that case was to trust myself, to trust that the formula, the framework, the how to write, how to speak, how to write emails, what's the funnel, and blah, blah, blah. I was the formula. It wasn't okay, pick the formula and then fit myself, shrink myself into this, make myself fit into this box. But it was okay, this is who I am. I want to show up fully. I want to feel expressed fully. I don't want to dilute my voice. I don't want to change how I speak or who I speak to or what I talk about. I don't want to simplify the message because I trust my people understand what I'm saying. So, how can I do that? And in doing that, find my own formula, the formula that works for me. And what can I say? That comes with just doing the thing. It comes with the reps. It comes with showing up and showing up messy. And that's how you learn. Because, yes, learning from other people's mistakes, quote unquote mistakes, because I think they're all lessons, there are no mistakes. But learning from other people's who are far ahead along the journey than you, of course, that's valuable. That's wisdom that it's invaluable. It's so precious. And I'm so grateful to all my teachers and mentors. I've learned so much from them. And you still learn, you still need to make your own mistakes. You still need to learn things doing it your way. And to do it your way, what you need is to trust two things: the process, that it's going to work out if you stay in it, if you commit, if you say yes to you, and two, to trust yourself, to trust that all you need, you have it already. Yes, study. Yes, learn. Yes, expand your knowledge and get more, skills, read, train, all the things, but you already have all you need, you know. So for me, that was such a reminder and I think this for all those of you who have also perfectionist tendencies, this is such a reminder that sometimes the only way you can do something, you can show up, you can say something in a way that's true and feels good to you, is to trust it and just do it without trying to analyze the process, without trying to plan it and over planning and overthinking and over delaying it. Because when you do all that, you end up diluting the power, the truth, the message, the signal, and it starts to conform to what everybody else is already saying, what everybody else is already doing. But who you are, it's such a, can you imagine you are 1 in 8 billion people? Can you imagine the cocktail, the mix, the combination of life experiences that you have, of lessons learned the hard way and the easy way, of wisdom, of ancestral wisdom, of present day life wisdom, of who you've met in your life, the places you've traveled to and visited, the work you have done. It's unique. There's no one like you. No one like you. So I truly believe that, yes, it's useful to have frameworks, if you want to call that formulas, but honestly, I opted out of that because it wasn't working for my own nature. I need, stepping out of that mastermind. It was letting my inner rebel be heard. It was saying yes to the part of me that was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being silenced. I'm tired of being told you're too much, you're not enough, you're too weird. This isn't gonna land. You need to edit yourself out, to package yourself in the way these people are saying. And that part of me, as we were going through those first few coaching sessions, was getting louder and louder and rebelling. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I hear you. And we're going to say no to this. And we're going to take all the time it takes to play and to explore until we find our own way. And I'm not just talking about work, I'm talking about showing up in your life, in your relationships, in your everyday, with the people you meet around the world, on the street, when you're going out to the groceries, from day to day, to your bigger life and your bigger vision and what you're building. This is about how you show up as you and how you feel in doing that. Because so many of us, and I'm talking specifically about us women, oh my gosh, the conditioning, oh my gosh, the rules of how you should present yourself, of how you should sound, how you should look, and all these ways that we have just created contraction upon contraction upon constriction and limitation and restraint and constraint of our own natural way of being. So I want this video to be just the permission slip, like just a reminder that you get to do things your own way. And actually doing things your own way is how you are guaranteed a life that feels uniquely, deliciously, unmistakably yours. And as I say that, I'm getting goosebumps. Cannot see it probably on video, but that is the only way. And actually, that is laced into your purpose. That is part of your purpose. A bigger part, a big chunk of your calling, of your purpose, is to be who you are, to trust that you can show up, you get to show up as you are, with all your mess, with all your weird, with all your gifts, because in your gifts are weaved into all the parts that society, culture, people growing up made you believe you had to hide? I feel like we're going in so many different directions, but it's all connected to one simple truth, trusting who you are, and that if you show up as you are, yes, that there is the life that is meant for you. And that is your contribution, like the biggest contribution, the biggest gift you can do, you can make, you can give. The biggest gift, you are a gift, and the biggest gift you can give others is your natural, undiluted, untamed, unpolished beingness and version of yourself. And I'm excited to see for the next 98 days. I've just committed to this challenge, to this YouTube challenge, which is a 100-day of daily videos. Can you imagine? Like this morning, I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. No idea. And my period is coming up. So that will be interesting how I feel in those days. But I'm excited because I've decided I never loved having scripts, not even for master classes or workshops, not in this business of coaching, not even previous in my career as a creative director when I was holding and hosting presentations and training designers. I never liked having a script because having a script makes gives me anxiety because I'm like, okay, if I miss a word, then I lose my thread. I I just go off tangents and I freeze, I paralyze. Instead, if I have no script, I'm just, embrace the weird, embrace the mess. And somehow I also trust what spirit channels through me, and what needs to be said, it will be channeled if I stay open and if I trust myself to listen and to express it and to say it. And I have a lifetime of proof that that works. So by now I've embraced the process, but still there's always a little fear, right? Of, okay, what if the words don't come? What if it's a mess? Because also the commitment for this challenge is no script, which is fine by me. That's how I roll, but also no editing. Because if I'm going to be doing this for like every day, I don't have time. I don't have time to edit the video and make it cinematic and all the cool cuts and everything. I can't. So if you're still watching, if you're still here, God, thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope this was valuable for you. I hope if you had an insight, a takeaway, something that landed, something that clicked, something that you needed to hear today, comment below. Let me know. Say hi. I'm so happy you're here. If this content resonates with you, subscribe, join the tribe, join the community, and yeah, thank you so much. I'm Marina. If you don't know, I'm Marina, and I'm making video every day for the next 98 days. It's going to be 100 days of daily YouTube videos with shared wisdom and everything that comes up. And I'm so excited. And yeah, just a last reminder, you're not behind. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're on divine perfect time. All right. See you in the next video.